Okay, you guys, my name is Coach Amy with Athletes Mindset Academy, and I just want to make sure I know who's on here. We have Renata, we have Bella. I've met these two for just a second. And then is it Ava? Are you an athlete? You're a coach? I'm trying to see who's the coaches, parents, athletes. Ava, you an
This
athlete?
is Ava and Finley. We're athletes.
Nice. Hi, guys. And Finley, I don't see your name on there. So if I forget you, Finley, I'm including you on anything I say. Danielle, is that you? Are you a gymnast or you're not a coach? You look pretty young for a coach. Katie, Emmy, is that right? And Audra, is it Audra or is that your mom's name? Okay, you're muted. That's okay. Okay, you guys, today this goes really fast. So I hope you guys have a notebook that you can write in, and I hope you guys have done some of the worksheets so we can ask some questions and you know what's going on. So again, I'm Coach Amy. I help with the mindset and your emotions, which is making sure you feel happy and motivated and excited when you're doing your skills. Yeah. The first video, raise your hand if you watched the first video of Mindset 101. Let me see. Awesome. Uncovering your thoughts. Nice. Okay. So does anybody right off have any questions about uncovering their thoughts before I go through a couple of things with you? Anybody? You can unmute. No? Katie, you have any questions? No? Everybody's good. So everybody knows exactly what to do to uncover their thoughts. We know about brain dumps, your thought downloads. Did everybody try one of those this week? Where you just have something going on and you just write it all down without stopping. Anybody try that? Yeah. Here's the thing, you guys. So I want tonight, this is just to help you really apply these skills. So Stephanie, welcome. Danielle, welcome. Everybody who I didn't see a second ago, welcome. I really want to make sure you understand how to use these skills for you. So I want everybody to think of a skill that they're working on that is, well, if you're an athlete, a gymnast, you should all have at least one skill that you're working on that's just not like snap easy. Anybody have a skill that doesn't feel super easy? Yeah. Will you write that in your notebook right now? And underneath that skill, I'm going to give you guys, let's say 30 seconds to write everything you can think about that skill. The only rule is you can't stop writing. So when you're writing, if you're like, I don't have anything else to say about this skill, you just write, I don't have anything else to say about this skill. That's what a thought download is just write even for 20 seconds, for 1 minute, for 3 minutes. You just write about whatever's frustrating you, whatever's causing a little bit of worry or overwhelm. Write for 30, let's give 30 seconds. You guys ready? Everybody have a skill down that's kind of bugging them a little bit? That's not coming as easy as they want? Maybe? If not, you guys should all be in the Olympics right now, right? Okay, 30 seconds. I'm gonna just look for my timer right now and go for it. Write anything you can about this skill down. Everything you think, everything you feel, all the things that the coaches keep telling you, all the things that your parents keep telling you, you got this, you could do it. And then what you really think about that, keep going. I got my timer. Keep writing. If you don't know what to write, just say, I don't know, I don't have anything else. That's okay too. This is what a brain dump, a thought download is. All right, that wasn't too hard, right? Did that take a lot of time? No, we could do that when we're driving to gym, when we're waiting for our coach to have us start stretching outside on the floor, right? It doesn't have to take very long. These things sometimes feel like, I don't want to work with my mind. If you can work with your mind, then your body will do what you want it to do. Wouldn't that be nice? Can you imagine being like, wait a second, what if it was possible that if you just worked 5 or 10 minutes on your mind every week, all of a sudden your body started doing what you want it to do easier? And you were feeling a little bit more in control. Does anybody ever feel like kind of out of control or kind of stuck? Yeah, yeah. I remember those days. I was an elite gymnast. I was on the national team and I competed for Stanford. So that's my background. So I get that. There's times where I'm like, why can't I go for this skill? It's so easy. I know I could do it. Those are the moments where you just take a break. But even when you don't have those moments, practice doing this every week. That's the cool thing about this. Okay, everybody should have something written on a paper. Yeah? Okay. Somebody tell me what a circumstance is. I'm going to pick somebody. I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to close my eyes. Katie, tell me what a circumstance is. It's okay, whatever you think. What's a circumstance?
A fact that everyone agrees upon.
Beautiful. Something that everybody agrees upon. Perfect. Would everybody please circle on their paper? Circle something in that. See how many facts, how many circumstances you just wrote down underneath that skill. Now we all have to agree. So circle whatever in that little brain dump, that thought download you wrote, that's a fact. That's neutral. It's not positive or negative. It's just, we'd all agree with you. Okay. Stephanie, tell me one of your facts.
My back is fractured.
Okay. And now would your coach and your doctor and everybody would agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the cool thing about that one, Stephanie. You're like, what's so cool about that? I'm going to tell you. Tell me about, let's see, who else is on here? Danielle, can you tell, or Bella, I see your face right now. Tell me what you think about Stephanie's back being fractured. Is that good or bad? Based on the video this week, what'd you learn about that? That circumstance.
Like, what do you mean? If it's good or bad? Like, it's probably bad because her back is fractured.
Okay,
But-
so if I said that a circumstance is a fact and it's also neutral, it's not positive or negative, what would that mean in this situation, in this circumstance?
That, like, I don't know.
What would we want it to mean, Stephanie?
That I can think what I want about it.
Yeah, so when it's a circumstance, so Emmy, is Stephanie's circumstance good or bad?
I would say bad, I guess.
Okay, so that's a pretty big circumstance. What I want you guys to see is anything that's a circumstance is not good or bad. If it's in the circumstance, if we circled it, then there's no emotions attached. It's not good or bad. So now I'm not going to want to feel like that's a good thing either. So I'm not denying that I don't like that idea either. But when it's a circumstance, there's no emotions attached. There's no thoughts. But now we're going to underline everything else in that thought download. I want you to underline the rest of it. And I want you to notice that everything we underline is called a thought. Okay, and we'll keep going, Stephanie, with yours, because I want you to hear what we're going to do with that. Louise, did you underline some thoughts? Not Louise, sorry, Renata. I just saw the name on your screen. Yeah, Audra, did you underline some thoughts there? How many thoughts do we have compared to how many circumstances? Do you notice something interesting when you're starting to circle facts, the circumstances, and how many things you get to underline? Anybody notice something? Danielle, you want to answer this one? How about Ava? You there? Okay,
Sorry, we're here.
you're good. Ava, tell me what you notice when you're circling circumstances and when you're underlying thoughts. How many?
More,
do you notice? Yeah,
more thoughts than circumstances.
right. You guys, that's just how it is. Usually there's just a few circumstances, a few facts, and then we have all these thoughts about that fact. And whatever we think about that fact, here's a fact, Stephanie's back has a fracture in it. Is that a fact? Do we agree? Now, what is Bella's thought and Emmy's thought? Is it Emma or Emmy? Emmy? Yeah?
It's Emmy.
Okay, so Bella and Emmy think that that's not a good thing. So their thought about Stephanie's back is, oh, that's too bad. That's terrible. That's not good, right? But the circumstance by itself, this is the big thing for this meeting, you guys. This is huge. We want to separate the circumstance from the thoughts. Circumstances aren't good or bad. Our thoughts about the circumstance makes us feel what? Audra, if I said Stephanie has her back is injured and your thought is, oh, that's terrible. How do you feel?
Bad.
Yeah, you feel bad. Hey, Renata, when you're feeling bad at gym, When you're feeling bad at gym, what does it make you do at gym? What kind of skills do you do? How do you show up?
Can you say that again?
So when you're feeling bad inside and you're doing practice and you're feeling bad inside, how do you show up at gym? What do you do? What do you not do at gym?
I just let it go when I do tricks. I just forget about it.
Okay, so but when you're feeling bad inside, tell me what kind of it, how do you do your back handsprings on beam when you're feeling bad about yourself and about your body? Stephanie's trying to do back handsprings right now.
I don't really know how to explain
Okay.
that.
Katie, how are your skills when you're feeling bad inside?
They're bad.
There we go. Yeah. And then when you have a practice because you're feeling bad and your skills are bad, what does a bad skill mean even? Like, tell me what that looks like. Stephanie, what kind of skill can you do with your back? Do you do any skills at all right now?
No, I can't do anything right now. I can like condition.
Conditioning. And when you're feeling really bad and feeling really sad inside, how's your conditioning?
Not good.
Right? It doesn't matter if we're doing skills or conditioning or just on the side stretching and whatever we're doing. If we're feeling bad, it doesn't look so great, right? We kind of maybe do half push-ups because we're sitting there wishing life was different. And then we maybe do half sit-ups and then we're like, okay, that's good enough. I mean, it doesn't matter anyways. So then we start justifying not very good conditioning. So then when we are healthy, our body's not ready to actually go do the skills. The results make it harder for us in the long run. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. You guys ready? So maybe this will help you guys with this. We all thought Stephanie's back situation was bad. Yeah? I'm not going to tell you I like it, but I'm going to tell you her back is her back. Now, my thoughts about her back, all those things I underline, is going to either give me more energy or give me less energy. It's going to get me motivated to do something, even good conditioning, or get me less motivated because of the story I'm talking about with Stephanie's circumstance. Everybody understand? Let me tell you a story to make it easier. I want you guys to understand this situation, this worksheet this week. Okay, so, all right, you guys, I have a brother that lives in St. Croix. That's like on the other side, it's over in Bahamas. And my brother told me, his name is Paul, he said to my husband and I, he said, you guys should go jump off the pier at the ocean where the cruise ships dock because it's so beautiful. So my husband and I went over there and we looked in the water and it wasn't very deep, but we're like, oh, that looks really fun. We had our snorkeling gear and we looked in the water and we're like, well, you go first. And my husband's like, I'm not jumping first. And I'm like, well, I'm not going. So we didn't go. And the next day, my brother Paul is like, you guys are such wimps. Go to the pier, go jump off. It's beautiful. There's starfish and such pretty like coral and all these beautiful things. So we go again. It's the other side of the island and we didn't jump. So the third day, my brother's like, are you kidding me? You guys, the tiger sharks and the hammerhead sharks, they're on the other side of the ocean. Don't worry about the sharks. I'm like, okay, but you know, sharks can swim around to this side of the ocean too. He's like, no, they stay over there. So we go with my brother and he brought a friend. His friend Mike jumps into the water and just splashes in the water. And then my brother jumps into the water and splashes in the water. Then my husband scoots down, jumps off the pier, splashes in the water. I'm last. I scoot down a little farther because I don't want to land on them. As I'm jumping into the water, Mike pops up, points over towards me and yells, "Shark!" really loud. Now, what are you feeling? Emmy, what you feeling? Oh, Audra, she has her hand up. What you feeling, Audra?
Scared.
Yeah, I was too. Exactly. Why was I scared, Audra?
Because Mike said shark when you jumped in the last minute.
Yeah, I'm falling in the ocean and I'm watching from the side of my eyes, somebody pointing towards me, yelling shark, and I was terrified. And I splashed in the water and I was, when there's a shark in the water, you should never splash. And I was splashing, I was acting like shark bait and I'm splashing, trying to get out of the water. And I find my husband's head and I start pushing him in the water and I'm climbing up on his shoulders, trying to get out of the water. So I'm drowning my husband as I'm trying to get myself rescued, right? And he's not a very good swimmer. I'm a really good swimmer. So I felt like this was the best chance for me. And I wasn't thinking really clearly because I wasn't even breathing. So I'm drowning my husband. He's trying to pull me off of him. And finally he gets a hold of me and he holds on tight. Not like, oh, I love you. It's like, stop being shark bait. We're both going to get eaten. So he's holding on to me really tight. And he keeps pointing down in the water. And sure enough, I kind of look in the water and there's this big shark, like 20 feet long. No, not really, but it looked huge because I've never seen a shark under me. It was like 10 feet down below me. And it was 8 to 10 feet long. In my mind, it was bigger because I was so freaked out. But still, 10-foot shark is huge in my mind. And I'm looking down and I start moving again, trying to swim away because I know I'm faster. And at this point, I'm like, they're going to get him. I'll be fine. The shark's going to go for him. So I'm trying to get away. My husband doesn't let me move. He's holding on tight. He keeps pointing in the water. I look back in the water because for a second, I'm like, well, we haven't been eaten yet. Here's the cool thing. I took a breath. I remember going, and then I looked down again. When I took that breath, you guys, it's like all of a sudden I could see something different. I looked down and my brother and his friend are on the bottom of the ocean. It's only like 10 feet below us. And they are trying to get a ride with the shark. They're holding onto the shark's fin. Yeah. They pop up for air. And my brother's like, he said, this is the best day of my life. And he dives right back down because they're not scuba. They were just snorkeling. They go right back down trying to get a ride. Now, here's the thing. If I was terrified because of the shark, why was my brother so excited? Emmy, can you tell me? Why was he so excited?
Maybe it was because he liked sharks or it was something interesting to him. And maybe you were just afraid of the shark and sharks kind of freak me out too. So it's kind of
Right? I love it. Audra, what do you want to say?
Maybe because they've seen sharks before.
Yeah, they've seen them before. And they wanted to see sharks, and I didn't want to see a shark. So here's the question, you guys. Guess what the one thing was that wasn't the problem? Danielle, are you there still? What was not the problem here? Not there? Renata? Bella, you want to answer this one? What piece of this story was not a problem?
His thoughts of the shark being there, like he didn't really care that much.
Yeah, the piece of this whole story that was not a problem at all was the shark. The shark was a circumstance. Could we all agree that there was my brother, my husband, his friend, could we all agree that there was a shark in the ocean? Yes. Was the shark good or bad? No. Was the shark a neutral? Was it a fact? Yes, everybody agreed with that. Okay, now listen to this. So what made him, if the shark, here's a shark. In fact, just for fun, I want everybody on their paper, flip your paper over, turn it landscape wise. I'm gonna give you one more way to see this tool. I want you to draw 2 lines. So there's 3 columns. And I'll draw it really fast so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, this isn't very good pen. Come on, pens. So 2 lines to make 3 columns and then leave a little space at the top. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so see how there's like 3 columns there? Yeah, everybody see that? Okay, at the top of the left column, I want you to write just a C for circumstance because we know that's a long word. And under that C in that column, I want you to write the word shark. Under the word shark, I want you to write whatever skill is that you just wrote on your paper. So it should look like this on the first column. Everybody got that? Okay, now on the next column, I want you to write the word T. That's for thoughts, okay? And in the last column, I want you to write the word or the letter, not the word, the letter F, just for this example, okay? All right. When I saw the shark, I felt scared, like Audra said, right? But my brother felt what? Excited, okay? So under the feeling line, I put scared and excited. Here's the thing, you guys. We got the circumstance here, and it can't equal this. My circumstance, my shark, cannot make me feel this way, and you're gonna find out why on our next call. There's a big gap right here. Our thoughts are what cause all the problems and also give us all the solutions. So what was my thought? My thought was, I'm gonna get eaten. I'm going to get eaten. My brother's thought was, this is the best day of my life. So I'm going to write that in the middle, the best day of my life. That, I have really sloppy handwriting because I'm writing fast. So with the shark, this is what caused the problem, not this. Okay? My feelings about the shark were because of my story. Everybody got it? That's what we wanted you to learn this week. Everybody write down what feeling do they get when they think of that skill or that situation. Stephanie, how do you feel when you think about your back situation?
Frustrated.
Okay, I want you to put that over on the far right column. Katie, how do you feel about whatever skill is that you wrote down?
Frustrated.
Oh, awesome. Go put that on the right side. And then you guys, everybody write your emotion that's on the right side. And I want you to tell yourself, this is essentially the thought download. I want you to write one sentence that you underlined. One sentence that you underlined in your thought download. Put it in the middle next to your circumstance. So Stephanie has her back as a fracture and she feels frustrated. Why does she feel frustrated? Because of her thought area. Stephanie, do you mind telling us the one sentence that you underlined? Because we got lots of sentences. Just pick one though. Which one?
I said I'm gonna get weak.
So you put that in the center. And when you think that your back injury is going to make you weak, then you feel what?
Frustrated.
Beautiful. You guys got it? So it's not the back injury. Do you guys see what I'm saying? We're separating the back injury from frustration. What's the thing in the middle? It's our thought. Now I have a feeling that Stephanie doesn't want to think, I love having a back injury. Probably doesn't want to think that, right, Stephanie? But Stephanie, are there some other thoughts that maybe we can think about that might help you a little bit to not feel frustrated?
Probably like just thinking about the ways I can like strengthen other areas.
Okay, so let's think about this. Stephanie, when you're frustrated, you said that you don't really like to do conditioning all out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to cause you to maybe not be as strong because your concern is that you might be weak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I believe that my back injury is going to make it so I'm weak and I feel frustrated and then I don't do a lot of really thorough exercises, then the result is going to be that my body's not as strong as I want it to be. And so I kind of create more of a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can do this for all of them, you guys, but let's just for fun with Stephanie. I want everybody to think, and this is for your own too, because if we're frustrated, Katie, I want you to think of some other stories too. The middle line, the thought download, we have a thought that is pretending that the circumstance is negative and then everything feels negative. What if we had a thought that everything was neutral like this? Stephanie, so your back feels, you have this injury and you have this thought that I might feel weak. What if we added to that story and we put, and that's okay. It's okay to be worried that you might feel weak. How does that feel, Stephanie?
I guess like comforting.
I don't know. Does it? I have no idea. I'm not you. Does it make you feel a little bit better? Like it's okay to feel that way and that concern?
Yeah, I guess.
Because sometimes we don't even want to believe that that's something that could happen. Then we feel worse because we're like, I don't want to get weak. I'm worried I'm going to get weak. And then I feel really worried that I'm worried about getting weak. Then I feel worse. But if I think, you know what, it's okay. That seems pretty normal. And what if we add a thought to it like, hey, I'm just having this thought because you guys know that we have like 50,000 thoughts every day. So what if we just took that thought that I'm afraid I'm going to be weak and just put something in front of it? And for the story area, this is our story, the middle column, this is our storyline. And we just add it to the storyline and we go, hey, I'm just having this thought. I just focused on this one thought. I have 50,000 of them. I just have this one thought that I might be weak. And that's okay. What do you think, Stephanie? How does that feel?
Better than the original one.
Okay, and let's just go on a little bit more. What if we had the thought, I wonder if like Simone Biles has ever been injured, and I wonder if she's ever been worried about becoming weak because of her injury. What do you think? Do you think there's other high-level gymnasts that have ever had an injury and been worried about becoming weak because of it?
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's any other high-level gymnast who had an injury, who was worried that they might be weak after, and yet they ended up being stronger after somehow. I wonder if that's possible. What do you think, Stephanie?
Probably possible.
Is it possible? I don't know. So we're going to kind of like push it outside of us and go, I wonder if it's possible that this back injury is actually going to help me in any way. Well, that'd be kind of crazy. Well, maybe that's too far of a jump. And when you start going, no, it's not going to be a good thing. I wonder if we could backtrack and go, I'm having this thought that maybe it's possible other athletes have had back injuries like mine, and they've come back in a way that's helped them be stronger, be faster. I wonder if the focus on conditioning has actually helped them become a better gymnast. Could any of that be possible?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
how do you feel if you kind of believe that, just in a fairy tale land? Let's just kind of pretend for a moment. If you kind of believe in a fairy tale land that could be true, how might you feel?
Better. Yes.
And if you felt better, how would you go to gym and do conditioning?
Probably more effectively.
And what does that look like? What does that mean when you're more effective in your conditioning?
I guess doing more, or maybe like having better form in it.
Yeah. And when you're talking to your coach and your belief is, it's kind of possible for this moment, I could believe that there's some way that this could end up being better for me than I could even imagine. Kind of crazy thought, but what if that's possible? And what if that does happen? How would you look at your coach when they come up to you to give you an assignment?
Like more positive, I guess.
I don't know. And how would you react to your teammates who are getting more and more skills while you're sitting over there doing conditioning? Because we probably want to feel frustrated about that, yeah? I don't know. I have no idea. It's just all possibilities because we're just messing around. Yeah, do you guys see what I'm saying? Does everybody see what I'm saying? If you do this for your own and you start just playing around with that middle area, that's what the thought download is for. You look at the thoughts that you have and realize, you know what? I have like 10 thoughts, but actually every day you have 50,000 thoughts. So let's just see what else this could actually be. Is it frustrating that my back is injured? Yeah, I want to believe that that is the most like devastating thing sometimes. Maybe? Does that feel kind of disappointing and discouraging?
Mm-hmm.
And then we just play around with kind of my brother's side. Well, the back injury is like a shark, right? Everybody's skill that you just wrote down, just like the shark. It's not positive or negative. It's not good or bad. It's neutral. It is what it is. Yeah? A flip lay doesn't make you scared. A back handspring on the high beam doesn't make you happy. What's your favorite skill, Katie?
I don't have one.
Okay. Stephanie, what's your favorite skill?
Probably just vault in general.
Okay, tell me one vault that you like to do.
Yurchenko full.
Awesome. Your Chinko full is your favorite vault, right? Why?
Well, it's the only one I do, but I don't know. It's just fun.
It's fun. Okay, when you believe something's fun, do you believe conditioning is fun right now?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Think about this. If you love doing your Chinko fulls, just pretend, just for a moment, that all the conditioning that you're being given to do by the coaches and by the physical therapists and by everybody that's talking to you is going to make your chinko full be higher, be floatier, where you can like, flare it out, be stronger on the landing, that your block is going to be stronger because your back is stronger. And imagine your chinko full, where all of a sudden your whole body has different muscles that it didn't have before because you have time to focus on those muscles that you didn't have before. And what would it be like if you imagined that your chinko full was like so simple that you're like, well, this is easy. What if we just go ahead and add a half or 2 twists? Could that be possible?
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel to believe that?
I guess good.
Kind of sounds fun, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we didn't change anything, but I wonder if Stephanie believed that, how she'd show up at gym, how she'd do her conditioning. I wonder if you guys believed all your skills were like a shark and you're just telling yourself a story on that circumstance. And that thought download is going to determine whether you're going to go for a skill or not go for a skill. Does that make sense, guys? Everybody understand that? So I want you to kind of fill in that column. Look at your thought download, put all the circles on the left. Put what you feel on the right. And then in the middle, that's all the underlined parts. All the things you underlined is your story. That's your power. That is your power to have fuel to go do things. If your story is that shark is scary, you're not going to have a lot of energy. If your story is that skill is frustrating, probably not going to have a lot of energy, a lot of fuel, a lot of feelings, right? Everybody understand this week? So this week, I just want you, when you're getting frustrated, get it all down on paper and then circle the circumstance and underline the thoughts. Do you know what else you can put in the left column, the circumstances? Let me give you a few more circumstances just so you know. Any words somebody says. So if your coach comes up and is like, come on guys, let's do 10 routines, let's get going. And Stephanie hears that and she's like, I wish. And somebody else hears that and they're like, that's scary. And somebody else is like, yes, I've been waiting to do routines, right? Any words go on the left side of that column. Any like school starting, anything like that, any places, vacations don't make you happy, sad. Your chinko fulls don't make you happy, sad. What makes you happy, sad, you guys? What makes you frustrated, not frustrated? Renata, do you know? Who knows what will make you happy or sad or any feeling? What's going to make you feel this? Your thoughts. That's all we want you to learn this week. Okay, we're going to dive into it deeper, but this week we just need to separate. Here's the facts, what I circled, and here's what I think about those facts. They're separate. Stephanie, your back injury isn't good or bad. You're like, come on, let me keep my story. I'm like, you can. I will never change your story. Okay, you get to do that if you want to. And a lot of people don't want to. When somebody dies, we don't all want to be happy, but everybody thinks we're supposed to be happy all the time. When somebody wins the Olympics, you would think they were happy, but a lot of Olympians aren't happy. Did you know that? So you guys got to realize, hey, when you get your back all healed and you're ready to be in the gym, you're going to want to feel happy, but you might actually feel really sore, right? When you get back to those vaults. And when you want to be frustrated, you might do something you're like, oh, I'm surprised and I feel happy. So you just have to realize that we got to separate what's going on. Don't blame what you feel on the shark. Everything that's your skills is like the shark. Don't blame the skill. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame the coach. Don't blame what somebody says. Okay? It's your story. You got to take responsibility for your story. Everybody clear? All right. Anybody have any questions? I think we sat long enough. Everybody good? Yeah? Keep filling in the sharks. And then decide what you want to think about it. Okay? Those are the underlined parts of your thought downloads. Got it? All right, you guys, I'm excited for you to learn the next step. These are all like little math puzzles, little pieces that come together, and you're going to be like feeling amazing if you want to. If you want to. Stephanie's like, I don't really want to right now. That's okay. Got it? Sometimes I don't want to be happy either. It's just what it is. Got it? But it is going to change what you do based on what you decide your story is. All right? Okay, you guys are super awesome. was fun to hang out with you for a little bit. Keep working on the work for next week, whenever your coach says to do the next video. Okay, guys? We'll talk to you soon. Bye, ladies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.